Welcome back to Dork Points, everybody. This is Ron, and tonight we're talking about all the games I've played recently on PlayStation Extra, that tier of games, starting with the Blueprints, which I mentioned at the end of my last video. This game is phenomenal. It's a must-play. I started playing with my daughter. She beat it in 3 days? 3 days? I think it took me weeks and weeks and weeks, and also the days in the game, she beat it in about 20 less. So what is it? It's you go to this house, and then you just walk up to a door, and then you decide what room you're gonna make inside or beyond that door, inside the manor or the mansion. And there's locked doors and all sorts of things, and that's basic gameplay, but it really is a strategic puzzle solver, and there is so much more to it. Eventually you do get down into the bowels of the mansion, and it's fascinating, and I did finally beat it. And I thought, that was the end of it, but then I watched my daughter play it, and I realized there was so much post-game material to this game. This is me playing it after I beat it and discovering all this new stuff. Though, again, it is heartbreaking whenever you come to this moment and you realize you've dead-ended. The game's a little rough that way, but, like I say, if I can beat it, you can beat it. Blueprints is super addictive. I would put it on my list of some of the most addictive games of all time, like Power Wash Simulator. It's up there. All right, moving on to God of War Ragnarok. So, again, I beat it, and I'm back for my official opinion, and, oh, God, it's, Lisa Frank, look at that. That's a Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper right there. The game is eye candy. It's beyond eye candy. It almost hurts the eyes sometimes. There's so much crap on the screen and so much detail to everything that sometimes it can be overwhelming. However, I do like it. I don't love this spear weapon they added to the game. It's not necessary, but just look at it again. Look at that. It's amazing. But, okay, one cool thing the spear weapon can do is just explode guys up in the air like that. That's pretty awesome. But otherwise, it's just kind of worthless. I don't know if it was necessary. These puzzles as well just suck. There are so many moments where I don't know where to place the orbs to set everything on fire. That part of the game really sucks. And that is my one big complaint with this game, because guess what? In the end, I really did like it. It's actually a good story. And they resolve the characters of Thor and Odin in a really simple but appropriate but good way. I really liked it. All right, moving on to We Love Katamari Damacy Reroll plus whatever. This is free on Extra. It's, I love these games, but honestly, I'm really bad at them. I am terrible at this game. Now, during this segment, I'm doing okay, and I do end up beating this level, but I have 3 levels to move this game forward that I just can't beat. And I don't remember sucking at Katamari, because I did Katamari Damacy, and then the one where you just roll up the whole world and universe. It's a Xbox, I think, only one. It's kind of rare now, but I loved those 2 games. This game is impossible for me. It just hit this level of difficulty as far as the time running out that I had to put it down. I played a lot of it though. All right, moving on to FBC Firebreak. And if you don't know what FBC is, this puppet will explain it to you. I love this intro, by the way. This is fantastic. Remedy knows what they're doing here. Is it Remedy? I think it is. Yeah, the people who make Max Payne and Control. It's the Federal Bureau of Control. Oh, there's a connection error. That happened the first 2 times I played it, so I was kind of bummed. But yeah, look at that, looking so Control. Just that title and coming into it. And I was so excited to play a game still in the world of Control. As you know, Control is one of the hardest games I've ever platinumed. I platinumed that game. I love that game with all my heart. But this shit, I'm sorry to swear, but this shit, this bullshit right here, R1, 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 L1, L1, it sucks. I hope this isn't every level. I hope they change it up. But basically, you come in and you have to start these 4 generators. And every generator has the R1, R1, L1, like button prompt. Like it's like a Dance Dance Revolution thing. And it just sucks. And if you get it wrong, you get zapped and it takes all your life away. It doesn't make any sense. And then look at all these people coming at me here. Like, it's me and one other player, and they sent 80 guys at us. She's already down on the ground. You can see her right there. What the hell, game? This is the first level I played. Like, it should be like a semi-tutorial. Please? And then here it is again. Look at this shit. Dead. Oh, what happened here? Dead. What happened here? Dead. The fire, you don't know how to put out the fire on yourself. I don't know. It needs an extensive tutorial or a better first level. I hated it. I'm out. But I love Control. It's a real heartbreaker. Okay. Moving on to Grand Theft Auto 3, the classic. Here it is. It is the Grand Theft Auto 3 part of the Grand Theft Auto Refurbished collection, which included 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. So the character modeling is a little... but just coming back to it, like this part, like come back at 9 a.m. to start the mission, it was kind of like, oh, this is a really old school game. I really liked my replay through Vice City, but I did not love my replay through San Andreas. And this felt like that, or even less so, because I just got to a point where I was playing it and I was like, why am I playing this? I mean, I beat this game, 20 years ago or whenever it came out, 25 years ago, 24 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. And so as good as it is and as much fun as I had, I got to this mission and I played it 3 times and I did finally beat it. But, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good on Grand Theft Auto 3. Beating Vice City was all I needed. Okay, moving on to another Crab's Treasure. So you may not be able to tell it at first, but what this is supposed to be, I think, is a Souls-like. A Souls-like for kids. Or a friendlier Souls-like, maybe for younger teenagers. I'm not sure. But you're a crab, and there is this awesome mode. And my daughter found this, and God bless her, because this is amazing. If you go to the settings and you start messing with the difficulty, there's all these other options in there where you can just equip the crab with a giant gun instead of his sword. And it is awesome. And it is the best way to play the game. However, coming up to this part you're about to see here, yeah, this doesn't remind me of a Souls game, but there's platforming, and this section I did over and over again was completely impossible. Now, when you play the game straight, without the gun, and you have your little crabby sword, as you see there as I'm falling slow motion, it does kind of feel like a Souls, like you have to dodge, you have to roll, you have to move. It's really cool, but this idea of adding all this other stuff to it, I understand it's supposed to be for kids, but I don't know, this platforming sucks, man. You're just going to see me die over and over and over again. Yep. There I go again. I can't reach that, so I gave up. All right, Ratchet and Clank, A Rift Apart. Now, if I'm honest, Charlie played this before me and beat the whole game real quick. Again, just like kind of like blueprints. But this is the big, opening segment we saw in the trailers way back in the day for Rift Apart. I never got a chance to play it. I got a PlayStation at the beginning of this, PS5, sorry, at the beginning of this year. And it was the first thing that Charlie picked up, but I wanted to wait. So I let her beat it, and I waited a couple of months before I played it. But again, just like God of War, look at the detail of the world. Now, there is a few pain in the asses, anytime you hit anything that's not direct on the running pad, you die, no matter what. And then the other huge problem I had was, and again, just like Control, I platinumed this, but this took forever. I was supposed to upgrade this weapon, and it just kept running out of bullets. And I'd buy new bullets, and then I'd literally run up to the bad guy, open it up, and then it would use all the energy immediately, and then the bullets were out. It took me so long. And then other bugs, as you can see here. Stuck in a wall, robot speed humping another robot. Yeah, that's happening for some reason in this kid's game. But other than that, just look at it. It is a great game. It's a fun game. It's a little, more simple, than obviously a lot of other games, but man, I had a fun time, and I think you will too. Okay, ooh, what was that? It's Killer Frequency! And, yeah, I'm not going to play much more of this game, honestly. I downloaded it on Extra, and I tried it out, and I played about 2 hours. And it's got the cool intro and everything, but then the story unfolds, you start talking, this cop calls into your radio station, and the Whistling Man, who was this serial killer from the 1950s, is somehow outside the station and has killed all of her fellow police and injured another one, and she has to get out of there and drive to another town to alert like the FBI or other police officials because there's nobody in the small town. So then you, as the DJ, are supposed to be like 911 and take their calls, and that's the game. And as soon as I figured that out, I was just kind of like, yeah, I'm good. It's probably a great game, but just not up my alley in that way, unfortunately. All right, now, Abiotic Factor. Speaking of games that are just, they're up my alley 100%. And saying up my alley sounds weird the way I said it. So let's not say that anymore. But look at it. It's Half-Life. It's a love letter to Half-Life. But, and I mean, the visuals are through the roof. But also, it's a Minecraft, craft thing where you need to build a table to build other things. You need to build this to build that, and you gotta build this to build that. And there's so much detail here to this game that it drove me crazy. I played it for a couple days, and now I think I might be done with it. But if you love Half-Life and you love kind of like that boomer shooter look to a game, and you love crafting, because that's kind of the problem, is the main component to push the story forward is all the crafting and picking up the stuff, and it's really hard. It's pretty rough. It's going to be hard for most players, I think, to get into it who don't love those specific things. But look at this. Like, you go into that other world just like Half-Life. It has that same look, but better. It's pretty great in certain ways. I really do love it, but God, it's hard. This is When You Dream, you have a little movie there. But yeah, I've played it for days, and I still don't have a gun. I'm just hitting things with hammers and healing myself with bandages and just going through every room and taking scraps and building things like that. It's great, but it is what it is, and a lot of people aren't going to like this. So there's your warning. All right, moving on to Zombie. Yes, another jump scare in the title screen. I hope you appreciated that. So I saw previews for this or trailers in PS Extra, or the Ubisoft section of PS Extra, Ubisoft Classics, and it just looked so cheap and old. It must be PS3 just from the look of it, but it's kind of cool. It's not exactly Dead Island. It's not Dying Light. It's somewhere in between or somewhere simpler. I love the violence, sorry, not the violence, but the way they die is satisfying. The way the zombies get killed is actually satisfying. You can see parts of them falling away, like depending on where you hit them, and that's pretty impressive. But yeah, look at just the visuals. It must be an older game. But I decided to give it a try. I knew I wouldn't play it for long, but so I got to this part where I was heading back from the first major mission, and a zombie jumps over the fence, and then he must be behind me. But I'm trying to go down into the sewer to go back to the home base, but every time he hits me, it takes my buttons away, and then I just died. And then I woke up as another character. So yeah, that happens. If your character dies, he dies, and then you're a new character. So I was kind of like, ugh, and I put it down after that, even though really cool concept overall. And just the way they pulled it off is pretty cool. You know, I like those games when they're done right, but will I play this more? We'll see it. I'll keep you updated on that one for sure. Okay, moving on to the final games of the night, and it's the Stalker trilogy. And I mentioned this in my last FPS shooter video. I think I mentioned it in my last extra video. Yeah, you just die over and over again. The first Stalker game, Shadows of Chernobyl, it's rough, man. It's really hard. And then I made this horrible mistake. Well, look at this great glitch, though. I got this great glitch out of this horrible mistake. Yeah, look at the menus. Great classic RPG, but when I killed that guy, I basically wrecked the game because there is a faction that will just come after you and just kill your ass every time. Oh, there's the footage again. I don't know why. That must be a mistake. I put it in again. Anyways, you know, I told you about the first one, and I said I was going to play the other two, so I did. Clear Sky is okay. The story is really obtuse, and it's a prequel, so I didn't love that. And then also the walking and just dying randomly, again, from radiation. It gets old. There are some really cool elements here, but I just decided, you know, because the first game kind of brushed me the wrong way, or rubbed me the wrong way, the second game is a prequel to that, and I thought, you know what, just skip it. Skip it, let's just skip it and try the third installment and see what that's like. And that's Stalker, Call of Pripyat. And this game looks beautiful. I don't know how much of this is a refurbish, but this game's got that, you know, I wonder when Fallout 3 finally came out, because by their third game here, this starts to really feel more like a fleshed out game and more like Fallout, and you follow people into battle and then they help you, and just it's a lot less glitchy and everything works a little better. But again, the problem is I played this game, I played Fallout 3, so here I am at the boat that they have turned into you know, their sanctuary, just like in Fallout 3. But yeah, the game is beautiful. I don't know how to feel, but I've played this game, and it's Fallout 3, unfortunately. Let me know. I would assume this came up before, but I don't know. Anyways, there you go. That's all the games I've played for free on PS Extra Tier. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Dork Points, goodbye. Goodbye? Oh yeah, and then I'm just going to let this roll. So, enjoy this guy wiggling around for a while.